person.
Linda Miner.
You are my savior. Thank you so much. Did I
Yay,
start with?
Linda!
Because that would have been rough. That would have been rough. Okay, now that's rough. I got all frazzled. Okay. Yes, I am recording. Did you guys get a message that I'm recording?
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so I am heading over to iMovie. And my expectation during this is that somehow or another, you are doing it in iMovie with me. Now, I am going to share with you a link to a resources document. And this actually has, get this to everybody. All right, so that's a link to a doc with a bunch of resources. And why was I saying that? Oh, because on that doc, it says playlist of class videos. So I did this video academy once earlier this summer. People signed up and we all did it for free. They didn't get paid for attending. But what we did was I videotaped the classes. So you don't even have to wait for this to be posted. These videos are already up there. And this may be of interest to you if you also have an iPhone, which I'm assuming if you have a Mac, you probably have an iPhone, but maybe not. And they are different entities. They don't, like you would hope that what you're doing on your phone shows up on your iMovie on your Mac. It doesn't. But on that video playlist, I've got a set of videos for just the iPhone, and I'm not offering that class right now, but I use both the Mac laptop and the phone. So you may want to check out those videos if you want to start using your phone. All right, and then the other thing I want to say before I dig in is, I'm gonna mute for 1 sec. I have a thing where I cough. It is not COVID. It's so harsh for me these days because I put the fear of God into people around me because I have a thing where I cough. It's my disability. So I'll be stopping and coughing from time to time. I'm fine. It's just my reality. So I'm offering this class for 4 days. And the reason is I cannot possibly teach you this in an hour. And I would get tired to try and do it in 2 hours. I'd kind of wear myself out. And my goal is that even though there's some ungodly number, there's 64 of us, which is freaking me out. Can't think about that. See there, I started thinking about it. Okay, even though there's 64 of us, I do want you to ask me questions, and don't do it in the chat. You're gonna have to unmute your microphone. I gave us 4 days, and I want to go slow. I want you to try and do this as we're doing it in Zoom. And that's going to be tricky because you can't see Zoom and your iMovie at the same time unless you're Zooming on your phone. That might be an option. So please don't hesitate to ask me questions.
Claire, I have a question right away. This is Emily Blossom.
Hey.
I was about to open up iMovie on my Mac and find that I have 2 choices, yes. iMovie and iMovie HD. Which one should I open?
Oh, I don't know. Let's go with HD.
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't encountered that. That may have just ruffled people's confidence in me as we go forward. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Now, actually, I just got a text saying you can't open the application iMovie HD because PowerPC applications are no longer supported. So maybe that's an older version.
Okay, okay. So Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say the best way to prepare to do a movie is to start in iPhoto, or photos rather. And what you want to do is create an album. Because if you put your video clips and your photos that are going to be used in your movie in one, I'm going to mute people. Just know I'm muting everybody, but that doesn't mean I don't want you to unmute yourself and ask a question. So if you create an album with the videos and the photos you want to use in your movie, it will make your life easier. So how do you create an album and photos? Over here where it says My Albums, there's a plus sign, and you can create a new album. And then you can title it Sample. And now I'm going to go into my photos, or into where it has down here, it has media
Sorry,
type.
Claire, we can't see your screen.
Really?
We see the,
Oh, my bad. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I could see your screen.
Were you seeing iMovie?
We can't see iMovie. Sorry, we can see your screen, but you need
Gotcha.
to.
Yeah,
change the-
I had chosen the wrong thing. Thank you for speaking up. Can you see it now?
we can see him, we can see iMovie.
And can you see photos now?
Now, yes.
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you for speaking up.
Wait.
So over here next to My Albums, there's a plus sign. If you click on that, you can click on Album and then give it a name. And now above My Albums is Media Types. And I can just look at my videos, which makes it easier for me to find it. So it takes out all the photos and just brings it down to videos. So you choose the ones you want by dragging it to, oops, let me get, hold on one sec. I got to scroll up here to get the album where I can see it. So the album's over here, and I just drag and drop things. Another way I could do it is you can click on it and you can add to, and then it gives you all your albums, and you could do it that way. So either drag and drop, or by just, and if I wanted to get some photos, I can either drag them or just click on them and click add to, and then choose my sample. Somewhere in here it says sample 2. And if you do that in photos, it's going to make your life easier when you're in iMovie. So let me get back to the very beginning of iMovie.
Sorry, where were you dragging your pictures to when you were in your photos? You dragged them over so that they.
So what I did was I came over here first and I went to
Yeah.
My Albums and I made a new album, which I won't do again. But it's here, it's sample 2. So I can just drag it, and when I see sample 2 is highlighted blue and I see that plus sign, I let go and I know it went into that album.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Or you could just click on this and with a double click and go add to sample 2, which is actually
So you're just making an album that you can access from iTunes, or I mean from iMovie.
yeah, and
Okay.
it'll make it easier for you. So that was all just in photos. Sound like someone was going to ask a question.
Oh, to get to the iMovie, it's just an app down below. That's how you get to the iMovie right away.
Excuse me. So iMovie should be in your applications folder or maybe in your dock down below. If you can't find iMovie, you can go to your Finder and do a search for it. And iMovie is free. So if you have somehow, usually it comes installed on your machine. And if for some reason it's not on yours and you have a Mac, you can download it for free.
Yeah, I've just found it and I'm downloading it now, but I'm feeling a little bit lost because I've been trying to find it and now I'm downloading it while you've been starting to explain how to use it. So I
Yeah.
feel a little bit behind.
Yeah, we haven't missed much. We haven't actually done anything much yet. We just made an album in photos. And
Thanks.
so And again, I'm recording this and I have previous classes that I've recorded and threw in the chat. And let me put it in the chat again, because if people got here late, then they wouldn't have gotten it in the chat. So let me give you this resource one more time. And if you, so that's in the chat again. It's a document and it has a link to a playlist of videos of this class that I gave earlier this summer. So if you really get lost, perhaps that can help you afterwards. And then I'll be eventually uploading this video. So we're here in iMovie. And the first thing we're going to do is click Create New. And we're going to make a movie. And the first thing I need to do is to get some media. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to click on Photos on the left-hand side. Now for me, here it says My Albums. I want to choose all my albums, which is on the side. So I'm going to show you that again. It was here. And it says My Albums. And then I could do albums, shared, or all photos. Leave it on My Albums, but then go to All My Albums. So you can find that album you made for this project. And you click on it twice. So now I have the videos and the photos that I want to use in this project, in this class. Okay. Now, if you did not do that, if you did not have an album made, the other option is to go to all your photos. And then you could look for them in there, but it's not, you know, I have a lot of photos, so it's a time consuming.
Claire,
Yeah.
can you access your Google Photos?
I don't know about that. I would think you probably want to, so for media, you have the choices of, these are all photos linked to the photo app. No, I don't think so. I don't think you would have
You
access.
have to upload them into iPhoto.
Yeah, if you experiment and you find that you can, could you share that with us? But I don't think so, because these are all, this is all from the photo app.
Thank you.
Could you
All right,
add
so
photos or videos from your desktop?
yeah, I think you can.
So
So let
I
me
have an
see.
idea.
Yeah.
So this little arrow that's above my media,
Uh-huh.
I think that's import.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
And so if you click on that, you can get photos from other
anywhere.
sources.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's oh, thank you so much.
Wait a minute, Erica, can you say that again?
So
Yep.
there's a, okay, go ahead.
So there, that little arrow that's above where it says audio is import, and that's what it's going to do, is going to take photos or videos from other places on your computer and put them in this project. So they'll
And where's the project? Because all I have on the side is like either project media or libraries.
well, on her
Okay.
screen, she's got My Movie 14. That's her project.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, who are we talking to right now? Who's struggling?
Emily Blossom.
Emily, can you share your screen with me? Is that easy for you to do?
Yeah, well, it should be. Let me see.
Because it could be other people are in the same situation.
I
as
think I
you.
might have an older version and maybe that doesn't quite look exactly like it.
Okay, yeah, above the word audio, do you see that arrow pointing down? There
Yeah,
you go, that's it.
and then what I'm doing with that arrow
It
is,
takes you to your Finder, I think. So you can go to Macintosh HD and then
or go to,
wherever it is that you have it.
oh, yeah, okay. I'll figure.
And then if you want to go back, let's see. So you close
I
this
see.
window. Yeah,
So I'm going to my desktop, but that's all.
you
it's
could go to your hard drive. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
And applications, right?
And where are we heading? Google Photos?
Yeah, photos.
Claire,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm somehow where you're at, and I don't know how to get back to the iMovie. My whole
There's a
screen
little
looks like
red
your screen.
circle. You gotta click that little red circle that was up there. So let me share my screen again. So when I click on this, it opens up a new window, and I have to close that window to get back. So you need to look for this little red dot. This one.
Okay.
And then you'll see the project.
Oh,
is
I
different.
see. Yeah, it was layered. It was
Yeah,
layered.
it's layered.
Okay.
All right, so now that we have some media, to get back to, I'm going to go to, no, I got lost, sorry, photos.
Where do you record your videos? What application do you use for the actual filming?
I just use my iPhone camera. Sometimes I use my laptop, but not that often. I have purchased, and I'm going to share with you tomorrow. I'll show it to you. So mine's being glitchy right now. So I'm on my album. There we go. All right. I use a tripod and I use my iPhone, and that's where I get my videotapes from. The other place where I get videos from sometimes is I take them off the internet. And we'll talk about that later, but I like to, if I have something that they're going to see in the lesson, like a San Diego Zoo live cam or an engineering challenge that has a video that comes with it, I can take their video off the internet and talk about it, give them a little 30-second preview of the video. So I use videos that I create and videos that I pull down off the internet. There are copyright issues, so never monetize anything, and make sure you're doing fair use, which means how you're using the video does not affect their ability to make money from that video. So for example, I used some Camp Galileo videos, but they were giving them away free at that time. And I didn't use their whole video. I just said, today we're going to be taking this challenge, the marble maze challenge. And then they had this long video about how to make a marble maze. So I gave them a little clip of the best parts. And I talked in between, and that's how I used it. So, all right. I'm just going to do a quick mute all. So once you have your media over here, you can drag it down to your timeline, which is down here. Get this out of my way. And now what you have, these, sorry, I'm getting dry mouth. These things up here are not in your project. They're your library. You might put them in your project, but you haven't yet. This guy down here is the only guy in my project so far. And this is a preview window of what that clip looks like. I can zoom in and zoom out of my clip with this slider over here. So I like to be able to see the end of the clip, so I zoom out enough to see the end. Now, when you're making videos, a lot of time at the end, you'll be reaching in to turn off the video. So you might want to get rid of the end of your video. To get rid of the end of a clip, you just drag it in from the side. You can also get rid of the front by dragging it in from the side. If you make a mistake, you can undrag it back out. And that's good. But many times, the problem is in the middle of the clip, and that won't help you. Now, if you have a problem in the middle of the clip, I would play it and say, all right, see this part where I'm spanning around here? That's nauseating. That's a little bit too much. So I don't want that. I want to get rid of it. This white line is my playhead. I put my playhead where I want to cut it. and I do a 2-finger tap on the playhead. Yeah, maybe I don't. Sorry. And when you do that 2-finger tap, come on, Claire. There we go. I think I don't know what the problem was. When I do that 2-finger tap, this drop-down menu appears. And the one I run right now is split clip. So now what's happened is I've divided it into 2 clips. And I can go further and then go back to where I want. So that's where I want to come back in. I double click, whoops. I double click right there. And I split it again. And now I have this one in the middle. I accidentally detached the video. And I can get rid of that one. Now, if I made a mistake and I'm like, oh, no, that was actually good, I can get it back again by dragging that out. So how do you trim clips? One is you can pull it by the end and drag it in and out.
Hey, can we have a chance to ask questions?
Yeah, just jump in.
I'm just curious if everybody's, you know, I'm kind of behind because I had to just upload the program because I guess I didn't know what I needed for the session. So
all right, so let me go back a little bit.
You might want to just quickly just survey folks where they're at. Is everybody, like, maybe they could raise their hands in the chat and make sure everybody's following along, or if people need, I don't know, man.
Okay. So why don't people give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Please stop sharing for a minute so I can see more people. Okay. Medium.
I've just been following her and not trying to do my own. Just taking notes.
Okay.
And she doesn't want to use the chat. She told us, she said just to unmute ourselves and ask a question.
Yeah. So sorry if you guys got here a little bit later than when I said all that stuff. But I do want to stop. It's more challenging because we have 64 people. But I do want to use the time to make sure everybody's on board. And I apologize. It seems like I should have made it clear that you needed iMovie. And then people would have had it on their computer. So I'm okay with going back right now. I hope other people are too, because I don't want people to get frustrated and abandon ship. And we got the 4 days and we are here for each other. So we're all going to be patient, and I just want to go back for a minute if that's okay with people. So I'm going to share my desktop, and I'm just going to go back to the beginning. Okay. So on this screen, when you have it, you click the plus sign, and then you click Movie. And over here where it says Photos, I then have the option of, it has My Albums, and All Photos and Shared. So I'm going to go to My Albums, and mine is actually glitching right now.
I
But
can't find it.
you can't, okay, so.
How do you get there?
Okay, so did you get the plus sign to start with? Hey, you know what might be better? Do you feel comfortable sharing your screen with me? I'm not sure who I was talking to. Okay. If you're having trouble and you feel comfortable sharing your screen with me, that's a quick way for us to figure out how to get you in the right place. So
Claire,
yeah.
as you're doing this and reviewing it, so far this is fantastic. Could you also show how somebody might just drop a photo in here and there while they're actually looking at the rhythm of the video?
Okay, yes, okay. So we click on Photos here, My Photos, and mine is not behaving. It should say All My Photos here so I could see my list of photos, and it's not behaving. But I'm in the photo that all my albums here. But I'm in this album that I made for this video, and it has my photos that I want. Another option you have is you can just go to all photos. And when you're in all photos, you can filter it by photos over here or videos, or it can take you into your favorites. So I don't know if you use favorites the way I do, but I have so many photos. Favorites helps me to keep track of the ones I like. So I'm going to go back to my albums. And then once you have some stuff in here, you can drag it down to your timeline like this. Now, somebody asked me how you can add stuff as you're editing. So like if I was here, well, let me wait on that question for just a second. When I drag clips down to my timeline, I may need to trim them in the front or the back. You just grab it by the edge and pull it in from the front to the back. Another option you have, this light white thing is the playhead. You can hit the space bar to get the play going. When you get to the part where you know you want to cut there, you do a 2-finger click on the playhead.
A 2-finger click is a right click.
Oh, there you go. Okay, sorry. And then split clip is what you want. And then I can go a little bit further. She's yelling at kids to jump off a rock. And then split it again. And then I can select the part I don't want and hit delete, and that will go away. If I made a mistake, I can get that back. It's still there. I just have to drag that out. Okay? So that is one thing that you can do, is edit your clips. And when you edit them and you add like 2 clips and you want to put them together, one thing you might want to do is put a transition where there's a split. You don't always have to put a transition. And my favorite transition is the cross dissolve, because it's easy on the eye. A beginner's mistake, or my judgmental opinion of it, I guess, more than anything, is transitions can be overused and they can make me nauseous. So go easy with your transitions. To add a transition up here at the top, and please stop and ask me questions. Up here at the top, it says transitions. They have this beautiful library of transitions. Like spin, that's a fun one, but it will make you sick. So I just, I drag it here and I go between clips, and when I see that green plus sign, I let it go. 1 second. Now, when you do the transition, and if you can't see this, you might have to zoom in a little bit more or zoom out so you can see these little boxes here. When you put a transition in, that box appears. If you click on it twice, then you can adjust the duration. Now you might be like, oh yeah, that's fancy, but it happened so fast I couldn't even, okay. You can change that to 3 seconds or 2 seconds. You are limited by the length of the clips on each side. So if it doesn't let you change it, it's because it's probably only there for 4 seconds and you don't have 3 seconds for transition. Once you do that, you hit apply. If you hit apply to all, that would change all the transitions in your project. It would, I believe, make them all spin-ins for 3 seconds. So, and then you can preview what that looks like. Yeah, 3 seconds is probably too slow. It's like, yeah, you could see, but now it's too slow. So maybe 1.5 or something like that. Yeah. So Now, at this time, I want to give you a couple of keyboard shortcuts, which I did not put in that resources document, but I should, and I probably will before the end of the 4 days. To split a clip, it's Command B. And to add a cross dissolve transition, it's Command T. So if you're happy with cross dissolve, you don't even have to come over here and drag. You can just use these keyboard commands. So we have trimmed a clip, and we have put transitions between clips.
Should we pause for a second and see how
Yeah.
people are doing? Because it's a lot of information. I think some of us are now looking for video to put into our own projects.
Let me give you some
Can I
time.
ask?
Yeah.
Can I ask
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit more about the cross dissolve? Can you just explain what cross dissolve does?
Oh, just cross dissolve is like your generic transition. It
For all the
fades-
slides?
If you do Control T, it will add a cross dissolve to the clip that you're on.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's one of the choices of transitions. It's the one I use the most. And it happens to have a keyboard command because I think most people use it the most. So it's nothing more than that spin. It's just another version of a transition. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Cool.
Claire?
Yeah.
So I made a new project test in iMovie, and I put photos and video in a new album in my photos, but I'm not sure how to get the album of
Do you
photos.
feel comfortable sharing your screen with me?
Sure.
Because I bet you there's other people that are struggling with the same exact thing.
Okay.
And as she's doing that, for me, what's important in a video is the title. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. All right, so if
here
you
are
could
my
go
photos.
to, okay, go
and-
back to iMovie. Do you see the word photos on the left-hand side?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you see your album that you made? Can you scroll down and find it? Is it there? Oh, no, this is years. Could you change from years to my albums? You did make an album, right?
I made an album in photo. Maybe it's just taking time to.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then you should be able to find it in there. Do you see it? Should be at the top, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It's a pain in the
scrolling
neck.
to the top.
You can also click on that scroll bar to go faster, like just, it's a little bit faster scroll. On the other side, I don't know if you can see it, it's dark black. Pull that guy. Yeah. Is it there?
Yep, that's it.
And there's all your stuff. So drag that into the timeline. That's the timeline is a big gray band. That's, which one do you want? Which thing do you want?
Oh, I'll try video.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'm a little curious, how do you put videos and still pictures together?
Not a problem. You have still pictures there, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Drag one right down next to it.
Okay.
That sunset. No, yeah, you don't put it at the beginning or the end of that clip. Oops, yeah, they think you want to replace it. Yeah, put it down there. Try again. Or you could just hit the plus sign in the corner. All right. There you go. Now the default, and what can we have control over this in the setting? The default is it's going to bring your photos in for 4 seconds. And I'm going to talk about photos more at length in a minute, but because you can do things with your photos to make them look better. Because if you took it in portrait, your photo's not going to look very good. It's going to look like a postage stamp kind of.
Yeah, they doubled it. It looks like they doubled it.
No, that's just 4 seconds. It's not doubled. It's hit play. Hit your space bar to play. Watch your preview. Oops. Bring your thing. Drag your playhead to the beginning. See that light gray playhead?
Try to lift you up. Okay. Where do I do play? Oh, here?
On top of, yeah. There you go. And in your preview mirror, you can see how long it lasts for. You can make it be less than 4 seconds or longer than 4 seconds by grabbing it by the edge of the clip like get on the side of it, yeah, and either drag that, because you got the, go to the other edge and stay, yeah, that can make it shorter. And if you drag it from the other edge, you can make it longer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And there's other ways, I think, yeah. Is it letting you make it, is it letting you drag it longer? No.
Do you want
huh?
me to stop sharing?
No, I actually
or-
just want to see, can you drag it longer? It looked like you couldn't.
This one? Can I drag it to the
Um,
other one?
No, the photo, yeah, try and make that longer. Is it dragging out for you? No, it isn't, is it? Okay.
Seems
so-
to only drag on this side.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so click on that photo for a minute because I just want to clear this up right now. Let me get this out of here. Now,
Can you right click on the photo?
if you click on the photo, do you see above the preview window?
This window?
Yeah. So, let me see. Can you go back and click on that clip again so it has a yellow click on it? Okay. Here is where you can modify the clip. Do you see it says fit, crop to fill, and Ken Burns?
Mm-hmm.
Ken Burns is that feature where it either scans the photo from top to bottom or zooms in on the photo, and it goes as a default to Ken Burns. You can change it to fit or crop to fit.
Okay.
And that will, because that Ken Burns effect can also get annoying if you're doing a lot of photos. So I like to sometimes take the Ken Burns effect off of it. I've kind of drifted off into a territory I wasn't going to go to yet, so I'm going to stop your share, and we will come back to this. So I'm going to come back to my project.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I have a photograph here, and when I drag this edge of it, I can make it 18 seconds or 4 seconds. And I'm not really sure why that was a struggle for her, and it might just be glitching, I don't know. Like you could drag it out this way as well. I saw that she was able to do it from that end. And I'm going to talk more about things you can do with your photos. We got into a little bit about Ken Burns. I'm going to get into that more tomorrow. I'm just noticing something. I'm going to have to pause for one second. And give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My laptop is running out of power and I left the charger in the other room. Okay. All right. So I did not have my earphones in. If someone was just talking to me, I didn't hear you. Sorry. So the next thing I'd like to show you, for me, what's important with the video is that it have a title, that it has some music, and then it has a ending that fades to black and has music at the end. I think it's important to try and package your videos to make them as attractive as possible to the kids. So coming over to here, let me move these things out of my way. We're going to click on backgrounds. Now for me, I like my background to be something simple, but you can also use a video or a photograph as a background. I find it's hard. I don't really like video. I don't like titles on top of, but that's your choice. I like this one, so I'm going to bring this down and put it at the beginning of my project. And now that I have this background, I'm going to put a title on top of it. If you look up here at the top, and I hope I didn't lose people. How did I get to backgrounds? I was here in my media, but I went over at the top up here to backgrounds, and I scrolled down to find the one I wanted. Now I'm going to go over here to titles, and I have a variety of titles I can choose from. I really like, where is that one I love? I really like Pixie Dust. I also like Boogie Lights. So you choose the one you like, and you drag it down above that background. It appears as a skinny purple rectangle. And in the first moment, it's ready for you to type. But, oops, you have to click up into your preview mirror window. Type your title. Okay. And let me just move this out of my way. So up here, I have a choice of my fonts. And I could choose the color of my letters, and they give you the however you want to get your color. And you can make it an outline. And you can make it bold. Let me think. You can also sometimes change how big it is. See this number on mine, it says 114. For Pixie Dust, you cannot change it, but others, you could change your font size. So now, when I play this, it has that beautiful title. Why don't you go ahead and try and give yourselves a title? So again, over at the top where it says My Media, you want to find background. Pull the background down to your timeline. Once you have your background, going to go back up to the top and find the word titles. Choose the title you want. And drag that down and plop it on top of your background. And it'll show up as a skinny purple rectangle. And when you click in your preview mirror window, I keep calling it a mirror, it will allow you to type. Now, if for any reason it's not allowing you to type, click on that purple rectangle again, and in the above the preview window is a letter T. If you click on your purple title box and you click on the letter T, it should let you type. Now, how you choose the color of your letters is over on the top right-hand corner of the preview window. It's a white box, but if you click on it, you can change the color.
Claire,
Yeah.
excuse me, how much time would you recommend, more or less, a standard for the duration of the title?
Oh, the title? Not too long. Like I go with like 2.5, 3 seconds. Yeah, I don't do it too long.
Okay,
But
thanks.
maybe I should do it longer because I have kindergartners, so maybe I should let them have time to read it. On retrospect, that might. But I don't spend too much time on the title. One thing that's going to be important is you're going to want to try and keep your videos down to 4.5 minutes. That's all they're going to watch, so you really try and get the important information out in the first 4.5 minutes. Because you'll see they don't stick
Claire?
with it. Yeah.
Is that because of the age group or because of something else? Why 4.5 minutes?
It's just, I guess it's something I learned in YouTube. Like creators in YouTube in general don't do much. It's a thing about human beings, I think, more than children. it's just really hard to keep people's attention that long. And then the research I did, it was saying, and it was backed up by what I was seeing in my own videos. I did make 7.5-minute videos, but the average watch was 4 minutes. So that hurt. Like, dude, I spent all that time, you know, but it's good because even though it hurts your feelings, if you're paying attention, then you could be like, maybe I could save myself some stress and not make a 7.5-minute video. But it's actually more work to edit it down to 4 minutes. But anyway, that's where I get that information from. Not a kindergarten thing necessarily, but just a human thing. How are we doing, guys?
I think on that point, Claire and others, one thing that I found to be helpful is just keeping your content small so that you're not feeling like you have to cram a whole bunch. Focus on one thing for that particular video rather than trying to get across multiple concepts in one video.
Yeah. And what I do with my videos is I have them submit videos to me as a response to an assignment. I edit those together into one video. So then they have more investment, at least watching until they get to their part. But I also edit their video responses because it's painful to watch 20 kindergartners. Like it can be painful because they think a lot and they process and you're like, okay. So I get in there and I chop their stuff up just to take out their big pauses. Because when it's your kid, it's lovely, it's endearing. But it's when it's everybody else's kid, like, okay, yeah, that's cute. Come on, kid, spit it out. I'm a terrible kindergarten teacher. Anyway, so questions before I take us somewhere else?
Claire, your stuff is great. Thank you so much. I have a quick question. If you're doing it do you recommend not doing it on an iPad at all?
No, an iPad is the equivalent of an iPhone.
Okay, so it's a little bit different format.
It is, and I've got videos up, and what you do on your iPad will never appear on your Mac. They do not talk to each other, unfortunately.
Okay.
But the good thing about the iPad and the iPhone, they have the better music selection.
Uh-huh.
You've got really good video audio clips on your phone and on your iPad that are not available on the Mac. And later in the week, I'll show you how you can make a video to bring that audio into your Mac.
Anyway, okay. Because what I'd like to try to do is play around with that format where maybe I'm streaming, the iPad, and then I'm still able to use my computer for the Zoom meeting. I think I saw you do that in some kind of professional development before, but I'm interested in trying to use multiple devices to help.
Okay, so that's slightly different. Okay, so then that could be a Chromebook. It's not about the iPad because you're going to post your video on YouTube or put it on your Drive or put it in Loom. And once you post your video, it doesn't matter what the device is.
Okay.
You can come in to your Zoom with another device.
And have it playing alongside so that you can still see all your students.
Yeah, it's an advantage to using Zoom and still being able to see your participants.
Okay, great.
Which is harder because you just get that thin strip of participants.
Yeah, I hate that. So I'll look at your other notes for phone and iPad information.
Yeah, if you want to play around with that.
Sorry, I have a question about the audio. You said that there's more options on an iPad or your phone, but is it possible to send those so that you can get them on your computer?
Yes. Yeah, and I'll show you that trick. You're just going to make a video with the audio in iMovie. You're going to export it, and then you're going to import that onto your Mac iMovie project. So it comes in as a nice long audio. Because the challenge is on the Mac, the longest audio clip they give you is only 2 minutes and 18 seconds or something like that. And sometimes you're going to want it to keep playing in a low-key way behind you. And the iPad and the iPhone have better audio clips that are much longer. But you could keep playing the same audio clip over and over again, which I do sometimes. because especially if it's in the background and it's just an instrumental, it's not annoying if it's at least a couple minutes long. All right, so I just want to remind people, don't ask me any questions in the chat because I'm not able to manage that. I will read them tonight.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So before I knew about the PD, I signed up for a workshop, so I won't be able to go to your other classes this week. Are you recording them and putting them somewhere so I can at least learn that way?
Yeah, actually, I have them already, and I don't know if you were here when I gave the link to the document. Do you see the link to the document in the chat?
Yeah, I have that one.
Now on that, it says playlist of class videos or something like that, and playlist of class videos, yeah. And I taught this class earlier this summer, so the videos are already up there. And then this video will eventually get up there, but I don't know, because that's on Jessica Lee, where it will wind up. So keep your eyes open for that. But in the meantime, you can.
You have a how-to kind of like a document with how-to, like how to do transition, how to.
Not at this time.
That's okay. I just wondered.
Yeah, no, I have done
really
that.
Wonderful. I've never made a video, so thank you so much.
Yeah, and I encourage you to try out those other videos that are up there to maybe help you. And I should make a document, and maybe I will. And if I do, it would be linked to that document I gave you of resources. So
okay,
come back and visit it again. All right, guys. So it's 54. I think I'm going to wrap it for today. What I'd like you to do for homework is, if you haven't already, make sure you have iMovie on your laptop. And if you haven't already, please put together an album with video clips and photos that you want to put into a movie. If you are in need of video clips and photos, reach out to me. I can share some of mine with you. And I'd like you to have a project done tomorrow with a title and at least 2 clips, maybe a video and a photo. And in between the title and the first clip and the first clip and the second clip, I'd like a transition in there. So that's your assignment. And if you haven't already done so because you arrived late, if you give me your name and your grade level in the chat, you will be a part of my mailing list for this class. And then I can be sharing things with you as I develop them. Or any questions before
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to know that I was in with you when you did it for the Chromebook and PC.
Yeah.
Do a lot of the same stuff apply? So if I know I'm using a Mac right now.
Yeah.
Will the same stuff apply if I came and did the PC too? Or should
No, I wouldn't, because for the PCs, I'm just using a website called Clipchamp, and
right.
Mac has so many more features, and it generally looks the same in that you're dragging things down, but there's enough difference that it would not be easy for you, I don't think.
Okay.
You might want to lean on the videos if you can't make the class.
Okay,
Because
thanks.
I'm recording it. Sure.
Hey, Claire, this is Emily again. Can I just stay on with you for like 1 minute after
yeah.
to show you one thing on my screen so that I can do my homework for tonight?
Actually, other people, if you're comfortable with it, many times there's quiet people that aren't really comfortable unmuting and asking a question. There might be other people that I like to stay and see what her question is.
Okay.
So are you comfortable sharing your screen with us?
Yeah, is that okay with everybody else?
Yeah, we're just wrapping it up. There's only 3 minutes.
Okay, so I just got stuck at this point. Just a minute, let me go back to where I was with my movie. I'm sorry.
That's okay, take your time.
There we go. So when I got my little clip here and when I dragged it, can you see that okay?
Yes, I can.
Instead of this nice long thing that you had, I keep getting this little teeny weeny thing here, and I moved lines around and tried to stretch it out, but I couldn't make that happen.
Okay, when I look, how many, what does it say it is up on the clip up in the media?
Up here?
What is that number at the bottom?
1 point, it's covered with a plus.
Yeah, so it's only a 1 second clip. Try dragging your other clip.
Oh, so that means when I downloaded it or uploaded it or whatever I did from my photos, it only, because it's like a 3-minute.
Yeah, it's underneath.
All right, let's go back to your photos and find that video. So go to photos.
Thank
And
you,
then-
Claire. Got to go to next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
So I did find that I was able to get this from my photos, and now I'm clicking photos again and nothing's happening. Oh, because
Okay.
I'm in my albums maybe?
Yeah, so go to all photos maybe.
Yeah.
And then where it says all, change it to videos. It's on the right-hand side. Nope,
Oh.
not the, nope, right-hand side. Go the other way.
Right-hand side.
Above the lady's
Okay.
head. No, further to the right.
Further to the right.
There. Change that to video.
Okay.
And now scroll down to find this video. I would grab that thing on the side and just pull it down. Yeah.
There. Okay.
I think
Is
I
it
think
that? Oh,
there's
it says
something else
it's
going
1
on.
minute. It's 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah,
Say
well,
again.
here, okay, wait a minute. Here, I think I had a clip when I did that, so it should have been one
I
of
think
these.
someone has an answer for you. Who is
it's
it?
it's Erica again. Okay, Emily.
Yeah.
So on the middle of the screen, but on the right-hand side, there's a little pentagon house pointing up.
Middle of the screen, right-hand side.
There's a little pentagon house. Go over to the right-hand side. There's a little white pentagon house on a line. It's on the left-hand side. You need to drag it towards the right, and it extends the scale of your clip. Take
Are you
your,
talking about-
nope,
are you talking
way
about-
over, under, way over. Yep, there.
Yeah, this down here.
No, right-hand side.
Yeah, I tried
That.
doing that. I tried doing that, but I think it's because we already figured out this is only a 1 second clip.
I'm not sure. It actually says 1 minute.
No,
It says
the
1
right-hand
minute.
side, right under
No,
you.
yeah, the slider under the preview window.
It's a little white pentagon.
I don't see a white pentagon.
Okay, so go to your preview window.
My preview
Yeah.
window is up here?
No, the preview window is the biggest window up there.
This.
Now
Okay.
go down. You see
Oh,
that
maybe
mic?
you're on top of it because that's
No,
where.
go down, under.
Yeah,
There,
oh, there,
there.
now, okay, the Zoom meeting was on top of it. Okay.
Yeah,
Slide
so
that
slide
over.
There you go.
Oh,
I wouldn't make it that big, but come
Oh.
on back so I could see the end of it.
It's basically making each little section longer. So if you do that, it's easier to edit it.
Oh.
There's a lot of reasons why you would want it really big, and there's a lot of reasons why you would want it really small, but you're basically stretching it out or shrinking it.
okay.
The
But are
same
you-
clip, the same amount of time.
Okay, and that's why it looks kind of jagged because it's just being stretched artificially for looking at it right now.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
actually, it's a blurry clip.
Yeah, it's blurry, but that's okay.
So go ahead and hit play. Does it play for a minute or is it still doing that short thing it was doing?
Am I?
Hit the space bar. No, you can tell this is a very long clip.
Okay, so
It is a
Alright.
very glitchy clip though. Was
Yeah.
it not that way when you took it?
I didn't take it. It was sent to me on my iPhone, so it's probably not very good quality.
Yeah, it's not a very good quality clip.
But
So
that's
try-
okay. I could put something different there if you think it'd be better for learning. And then if I decide I want to do this other one, do I just drag that and pull that
Yeah.
down too and put it on top or
No,
wherever?
you want to put it either in front of or behind. So you're going to want to drag that slider so I can see the end of your clip.
Okay.
That's why you would want them to be short. They're easier to manipulate when they're
There you
small.
go. Now drag another, whoops.
I can only do one or the other apparently.
No, okay, drag it all the way to the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Leave it now. Now drag the other guy down. You can put him either in front of or behind the one you have.
So I can just put it here and it automatically goes to that. And then I can do what you guys are saying and play with it and see what I've got by moving this.
No, I wouldn't move that. I wouldn't just leave that like that. That was just for you. So I am a little bit concerned because it looks to be the same length as a 35-second clip. And yet it's 1 minute, but do you see how they're the same length? They should
This
be.
says 35 up here.
Yeah, 35 seconds, right?
And this one says 3.7 minutes. Well, I can't tell what that is because that plus sign is on top of it.
Okay, so it's actually probably I don't know.
I don't know. Oh,
It's probably 3.5 minutes or something.
Why do you think it has that plus sign on it? Anyway?
Because that's another way you can add it to the timeline. Just click on the plus sign. But I'm hopeful that they should just come
Oh.
down. Yeah.
But, oh, I see. And once it's got the plus sign, okay. So that was 35.9 seconds.
Okay, 35.9 seconds.
So that's
yeah.
not a full minute. That's only a half a minute or something.
Yeah, but I thought that's what it was. It said 35 seconds. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So now that these are these little short things, and when you were editing yours, you had more room to do your inserting and putting in your titles and adding photos and stuff. Is that going to be a problem having these be little tiny things there?
No, no, it's fine. Now, if
You'll
you
stretch
wanted,
them out a little.
you could use that cursor, that house thing underneath the preview window to make it bigger if you like.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit inexact. Oh, there.
Yeah. But you do want to be able to see the front and back of the clips. I find it's easier if I can see the end of the clip, without
Yes.
scrolling. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's helpful. I just wanted to have something to get started with so I can actually be ready for class tomorrow.
Right on.
Claire, I have a really quick question.
Sure.
Someone was mentioning the PC training, and you were saying about Mac versus PC. I've used Mac already, iMovie and stuff, to create some movies. I should just stay with that, right? There's nothing. There's no advantages of the PC necessarily if I'm already comfortable.
Yeah,
somewhat.
no, I would say the way I'm teaching the PC and the Chromebook. Now, if you had a PC and you had Adobe Premiere, that is the equivalent or better than iMovie. I'm not teaching that. I'm assuming nobody has that because I'm really geared toward the Chromebook people.
If I have a desktop and an iPhone, I should stick with that. A Mac desktop and an iPhone, I should stick with
Yeah,
that.
because what I'm doing with the PC Chrome people is like a free thing on the internet, which is limited. And then the resolution of our final product is not that good. I mean, it's good enough, but you're much better off with your Mac than
Okay,
what
thank
I'm
you.
doing. Yeah.
Claire,
Yeah.
could I ask you a quick question, please?
Oh, yeah.
I've done some iMovie a little bit, but I'm having a hard time just doing that basic cutting, that basic editing.
Can you share your screen with me?
I'm all set, ready to go.
Cool. And everybody who's still here, which is not that many people, make sure you fill out your attendance thing in Sched and fill out a timesheet.
Is that what's the attendance thing? You just mean the text box on the right?
No, I don't know what it is, but they told me to tell you to do it. I believe the app that you scheduled your class with me in has an attendance form.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Whenever you're ready, you can share your screen.
How do I do that?
If you go back to Zoom.
I see it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Oh, I see myself.
Okay, should I hit leave for that?
No, don't leave. Don't leave. Let me, maybe if I stop my video, it would be better. Okay. So what was your question?
So I just, when I do this double click that you had said, it doesn't.
It's not doing it for you?
It does this faint gray, but then when I go somewhere else.
Okay, see where do you want to, let's find a place where you want to split it.
I want to take away where I turn my head.
Okay, get to the beginning of okay, so there, click, okay, get back to where you were. Something just happened. Okay.
Do you want to handle it? Do you want to do it?
No, I can't do it. I'm just going to talk you through it, okay? Now click twice right there.
Click on the.
I mean, a double finger, right click.
So it so it says press the right key while click. So.
No, don't do that. Just do a double click or a double finger click.
Oh, double finger.
There you go. Oops, do it again.
Split
clip.
That's it. Okay.
You see that split clip?
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay, I see.
Now get to the end of what you don't want.
Let's see here. And then
do that again.
Oh, okay.
Did you get the split clip again?
I didn't get any prompt just now.
Okay, put it where you want to cut it, like, so move it over to the end of the part you want to get rid of,
Okay, I'm just gonna,
just randomly. Oh, what happened?
okay.
Okay.
So
Oh.
let's see. So I want to get it. how do
Let's not even care about exact, okay? Somewhere in the middle of the clip, it doesn't matter. We're just practicing. Go back a little bit more. Okay, double click there. Double finger click. Split, oh, get back. Split clip. So it's splitting it where the playhead is. Now move past where we split it. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, stop. Do a double click there. See if you can drag that. See that light gray playhead? Could you drag that to the new spot?
this or the,
See, yeah, if you grab it by the triangle at the top, you can get the playhead. Or you could hit spacebar to get it to move. Okay, hit spacebar again. Now double click on that white line with 2 fingers.
oh, on the white line.
Yeah, with 2 fingers.
Oh.
Split clip. Now hit delete and that middle section will be gone.
Hit delete. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And if you wanted to get it back, if you went to the beginning or the edge of the clip and dragged it, you could get it back.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm not doing the double clicking enough, like really robustly, and I never do double. I never.
Yeah. And the thing is, how do I say your name?
Ilona.
Ilona. You need the playhead to be where you want it to be split.
Okay.
And you can move the playhead by grabbing it from the triangle at the top and dragging it.
That's the playhead right here.
Yeah, can you drag it to the left? See if it works.
Oops.
Yeah, is it dragging with you? There you go, you got it. So you can drag the playhead or you can hit the space bar to play and that will move the playhead. It will split where the playhead is. Not where the white line is, but where the playhead is, okay?
Okay, and this double thing I have to. And should it always bring up that menu of things if I'm doing it correctly?
Yeah, you just keep playing. And if it's not working, click on the clip, go down lower. Yeah, do it there. Keep trying. 2 fingers, there you go.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess it's just not that sensitive in a certain way. This is the answer to all my problems. I haven't been getting these choices.
That's good.
Thank you so much. This has been fantastic. I'm so happy. This is what I've wanted all pandemic. I've wanted to learn how to edit on iMovie.
Yeah, I feel really excited about this place where we are and that so many people signed up to be with me for 3 days. And like I knew that a superficial PD is not going to help anybody. You know, we got to put the time in and get you guys there.
Is there any chance that you would teach us Final Cut Pro?
I don't have Final Cut Pro and I can't afford it, so
I know.
probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, it would cost me like I think $300 or $400 to get it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I know.
I should get it because I love this stuff, but I'm not that rich.
Yeah, no, from what I've heard though, there should be an easy transition to learning it. My sister's a filmmaker and I think the functionality is more or less the same from what
Yes, I believe it would be. You just have a lot more tools in Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see we have someone else with us. Can I help you with anything? Do you have a question? Okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up unless anybody has a question. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, we have a few people. Oh, my bad. Anybody else have a question? Okay, so I'm going to end today's meeting. Oh, do we have a question? Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.